What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We are once again using this Necrozma Xerneas team. I just want to have some fun as we finish off the series, and I think that this is a really great way to do it. It's a team that I enjoy. We will obviously have some Cosmoem content coming up, but this is sort of to get us there. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is Calyrex Palkia. It is Cinderace Thundurus, Calyrex Talonflame, a Silvally, and a Palkia. So I really like Meowstic here with Xerneas. I think if we can get Xerneas set up, it's in just an incredible spot overall. It just has really good matchups into a lot of this team. And the question is, what do we want as well? I think Liepard is another good option here, right? Having access to that Snarl is going to be really huge. In all honesty, Liepard instead of Meowstic on lead is probably good. And let's just bring Chansey in the back. I think it makes more sense over Necrozma, right? Like, Necrozma's not really doing too much here. It does have the ability to set up Trick Room, but we don't really want that. So we're really kind of going all in on Xerneas, which I think is fine, right? I think with the ability to not only set up Reflect, but also Light Screen or Thunder Wave, like we do have a really good spot to set up with our thing. And so we are going to see a Silvally with a Calyrex. So this suggests to me Explosion. In all honesty, I kind of expect Explosion from the Silvally, and so I just want to protect here and go for a Thunder Wave onto the Calyrex, just in the event, right, you want to try and blow up with like a normal gem. So let's go for a Thunder Wave here, as well as go for a Protect, right? This way, if you blow up, we are still in good shape, right? If we can get the Thunder Wave off, that's going to be huge, as we're going to see no Protect come out from the Silvally, or from the Calyrex. So we are going to be able to hit this Thunder Wave, which is really huge in my opinion, right? Being able to immediately slow down the Xerneas is awesome. As yeah, we are going to see the Explosion come out. So it is going to be that Scarf variant. It is just going to be a little bit tricky here, right? Because of the fact that Meowstic is going to is going to go down to its Sash. Or just kidding, I don't even have a Sash on Meowstic. The Sash is on Liepard. So this is actually a pretty good spot, I think, because now what happens, right, is we can bring out Liepard, and that lets us fire off a Snarl as well as a Geomancy, and I'm going to try and avoid using Chansey if I can. I know it's been kind of annoying just to see it everywhere, and so we are going to unfortunately see that Talonflame, right, and so that Talonflame does have the ability to go for that Tailwind, but what's nice for us, right, is we do have Fake Out, so we can immediately copy that Talonflame. We could copycat and get our own Tailwind. So that's also an option here, right? Being able to set that up. I'm just trying to think of what's more valuable. I think it makes more sense to go for the copycat. So I'm going to do that, hoping that they go for the Tailwind. And then I'm just going to click the Geomancy button, right? Like if we can get that set up, we should be in good shape. But we're going to actually see the dual Wing Beat going into the Xerneas. So not what I expected at all. I really was hoping for, that Tailwind that we're not going to get. But luckily, we are at least going to be able to break the Sash on the Calyrex, which I think is going to be important, as now we do get that Geomancy off, right? And so that's going to make it so we can hit a lot harder. We do still have, I think, to be a little bit weary, right? We did lose... we did lose a good amount of our damage output, so that's definitely something scary. I mean, not our damage output. We did lose a good amount of HP on Xerneas, which is a little scary with that Talonflame, as we are going to see, yeah, that Astral Barrage going to come straight out here. Should hopefully not do that much into Xerneas, as it's doing a lot more than I would have liked, in all honesty. I'm going to go for the Snarl here, and I'm going to go for the Moonblast into the Talonflame, right? Like, I think the Talonflame can be really scary, as we are going to see the max. This really suggests to me that it's probably going to be Talonflame, and we should see probably a max Airstream come out into the Xerneas. So I really screwed up here by not going for the Fake Out. I should have just done that. We would have been in just an absolute commanding position, but instead we're in a bad one. As we're going to see the max Airstream, yeah, you do get that speed boost. Going to go right into the Xerneas. Xerneas is going to go down here. So it's going to be a single target Astral Barrage, which should be more than enough to pick up the knockout. So yeah, we really screwed up. because if we had gone for that fake out, right, we would have just absolutely been in such a strong position. But now we're going to get kind of demolished here. Yeah, we're going to get really demolished here. I think, oh, okay, so there is hope. Not really, because of the fact that, okay, so they no longer, okay, I was going to say they no longer have priority, but that doesn't really matter. We're going to go for a snarl anyway, and we're just going to go for the minimize, just kind of out of necessity. We're going to lose to the Talonflame, but yeah, if we had gone for a fake out, we probably would have won. Okay, this is not terrible. This is actually like a pretty low amount of damage. The issue now though is that Calyrex outspeeds Liepard. So they are going to unfortunately hit into the Liepard, which means that we do need to go for minimize here. And I think if we can minimize through the remaining turns of Talonflame's Dynamax, we might be in good shape. I mean, not minimize. We need to soft boil through. And so I think, yeah, going for the soft boiled here, going to be our key priority. Because if we can stall it out, we could. Oh, it's only one more turn. It's one more turn. I think the Calyrex is Specs. So I'm just going to go for the soft boiled here. I just need to hope that it's not Specs. I could have maxed, which isn't terrible. We're going to see the Calyrex withdraw. So that really suggests to me that it is actually going to be Specs. As we're going to see the Cinderace come in. So Cinderace is tempting, right? It has high jump kick. So high jump kick can miss because we do have the evasion boost. We are going to be able to recover quite a bit here. I think what I probably want to do is go for another soft boiled to try and get us into a little bit of a better position, right? We don't have access to anything really in our favor. I think the Calyrex is going to be, what's it called? Is going to be Specs. I'm going to actually go for the minimize. I'm going to risk it. We are already at +2, so that's kind of helpful in our favor, right? Like Cinderace has Pyro Ball, but that has a chance of missing. We know that the Talonflame has dual Wing Beat as well as a fire attack. So those are also something to be worried about. But I don't expect Talonflame to do that much damage outside of max. And so I just need to be able to set up and get another one. As we are going to see the Pyro Ball, and perfect, it is going to miss. And so I want to get up to +6. I think the bigger target or the bigger threat is going to be that Cinderace. And what I also really want to do is I want to try and stall out the Sun, right? I want to make it so that Pyro Ball is hitting for less damage. And so once we can get rid of the Sun, I think we're good there. So I think I want to actually just soft boiled until the Sun ends and then attack into the Cinderace, going for the knockout there. So going for the soft boiled here, right? Like Calyrex probably not doing too much, especially with the paralysis. We're going to see the Talonflame actually withdraw, which is fine with me, right? I'm not super worried about the Calyrex at all. As we should probably see another Pyro Ball come out. Like I said, I want to stall out the Sun. Pyro Ball going to hit this time. Let's see how much it does and how valid my concern is. Into the Chansey. Yeah, that's doing a really big chunk. So we need to get rid of the Sun in order to have any sort of chance of winning this endgame, right? And I think once the Sun is gone, right, we can start going for those seismic tosses. So I'm going to just soft boil again, really trying to get rid of this threat. We also do have stored power, which means that we do have a way of hitting the Calyrex, right? Like normally Chansey does not, but in this case, we do actually threaten good damage onto it. So if we can get rid of the Sun, as they are going to hit a second Pyro Ball, so putting us really close. Yeah, we're recovering just slightly more than what they're dealing. So yeah, I think once the Sun is gone, I think we can start putting on pressure as the Sunlight gonna fade. I do want to get at least one more soft boiled up, just so I can be in a pretty good position to go on the offensive. We can go for stored power too, right? To say, hey, you don't even have the ability to freely switch in your Calyrex. We are going to see the Flare Blitz be revealed as the final attack for the Talonflame, and so now the Cinderace, right, is scary. Seeing that coaching means we probably want to take down the Talonflame. Do we want to take down the Talonflame? I think we want to take down the Talonflame. It's a really questionable situation. Right, I'm gonna go for the seismic toss into the Talonflame because now you can start coaching, but that Cinderace also can do a ton of damage. So this is a very, very tricky spot. We do also still have Max, which is something we can play around with. Right, we're going to see the Flare Blitz coming out here. What's nice, though, is because they're going for a Flare Blitz, if you hit that Flare Blitz, right, all right, I think it's fine to just... You're probably going to switch out here into Calyrex, which is fine with me. The question is, do you want to do that, though? Because do you want to give up your boost? We're going to see, actually, no. You're going to say, hey, we're going to stay in instead. It actually might not be the end of the world to go for a Max because we have the Psychic. We're going to see this hit. This is going to do a fair bit of damage. It's going to actually just one-shot us. So, unfortunately, we probably could have... We should have maxed there. I think if we had actually maxed, I think we could have won. Because we would have survived, and then we could have gone for Psychic, but we didn't, and that was part of the mistake we made, right? We should have gone for, what's it called, the Fake Out into the Talonflame. That would have let us set up the Geomancy, and we would have just been in a much stronger position, but instead we really gave our opponent the chance to come back for it. Let's quickly check out their team, right? It was fun. We did see the Focus Sash on the Cinderace. Court change, so this is a very support-oriented Cinderace, and more importantly, right, we got rid of its source of damage, and if I had known that it only had Pyro Ball, I would have obviously played that a lot different, right? I expected it to have things like High Jump Kick. We didn't see the Thundurus. So interesting, this is probably Specs, right? Yeah, this is definitely Specs, that's what I figured. Banded Talonflame. So, yeah, we really could have gone for the Fake Out, and we would have been in just such a better position, and it makes sense, right, why they did so much damage. And then, yeah, Explosion. We all saw it coming. It's interesting how fast the Silvally is. How fast was the Calyrex, actually? Oh, because we paralyzed it. So, yeah, that's the first battle. It is what it is. It's the risk we take when playing fun teams. And let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Groudon Calyrex. It is Groudon, Charizard, Calyrex, Regieleki with Incineroar and Gastrodon. I kind of really like Shuckle Meowstic. I think that really is our best bet, right? Being able to significantly reduce damage. So I'm going to do Meowstic with Shuckle. I think we want Chansey. And then the question, right, is what restricted do we bring? I think Xerneas, again, I think we're going to try and recreate that experience of last time, right? Of getting a ton of boosts on Xerneas, but not super expecting it to happen the second time. I think that there are a lot more things in play, particularly that Wildfire, which is scary. But if we can sort of pop things around with Shuckle, I think that can really help us, right? Just being able to get that, being able to get that that power split off right off the bat, I think can really sort of help us out. And so we can use that to our advantage to create like a really strong position. But yeah, I think this is the most optimal lead. We also do have things like paralysis if need be from the Meowstic, so that can also put us in an advantageous position. But I think if we can get the guard split off on Chansey like super early, we should be in really good shape. Potentially going for a Thunder Wave into the Charizard or a Light Screen, as we are going to see Calyrex. Calyrex Incineroar, and so this is a little bit awkward. It's actually not awkward because I don't think that Incineroar can one shot into Shuckle. Maybe. I don't know if I can live in Astral Barrage and we're gonna go for it anyway. We're gonna go for a skill swap onto the Shuckle. We're gonna go for a power split onto the Calyrex, just with the idea that I'm hoping that because of the spread. I also forgot that you have Fake Out. So that was a mistake. Do we survive this? Okay, so what's nice is if Shuckle survives, we get a free switch in into Chansey. And it looks like, oh god, that's actually really bad. Oh no! Oh, I forgot it has that. That's so bad. I'm gonna go for a Light Screen. That's actually really bad. I'm gonna go for a Protect here. I need my Shuckle to, or my Meowstic to go down. And if it doesn't go down right, we do get off a boost, which can be a huge deal for us. And so now this is like a little bit of a tricky spot. I actually, oh god, that's actually like not ideal. We should see a knockout, right? You should be trying to go for the knockout onto something. We're gonna, okay, perfect. Astral Barrage going to come out here, which means that we can just set up with the Chansey, which is all I really care about. Yeah, we can bring out Chansey here, go for the minimize right off the bat, as well as the guard split, make it so they don't really have a good, yeah, they can't stop it. They have no redirection. As we're going to see the Flare Blitz, like that's fine, right? We're bringing out Chansey. We're just going to, I say I hate doing this, but like I don't. I 100% do not hate this. I love Chansey so much. We're going to click the minimize button. We're going to click a guard split right off the bat into Chansey. Just make it so we can, but the thing is, like, we're also like not in the best spot, right? Like we lost Meowstic. We are going to lose Shuckle this turn. And so we're in this position where, yes, we have a guard split Chansey, but we don't really have anything to do with it because their Calyrex is going to be at +2. And so, right, like, sure, you're going to, like, we're going to get the guard split off and we're going to get a minimize off, but like, what does that really get us when it's a +2 Calyrex? We probably should have gone for a T-Wave. I think a T-Wave was our only sort of shot at having any sort of chance at this. Chansey. So yeah, right, like we're going to bring out Xerneas. Xerneas not really going to be able to do much at this point. So it's going to kind of come down to slamming Seismic Toss once we get to +6. We're going to see the Charizard here. Not that it really matters, right? Like Astral Barrage at this point should be more than enough to one-shot the Xerneas. Yeah, +2 Astral Barrage should be enough to one-shot the Xerneas. We can go for, I suppose we could go for a max on Xerneas, right? I think if we can max the Xerneas, +2 might be enough. Let's do that. Yeah, I think we have to go for the max to survive the +2. We do have Chansey set up though in pretty good shape, which is nice, right? We do have the guard split off. We are gonna just play a 1v4 right now, which is like not ideal, but we do have a guard split up. Charizard outside of max, not very useful. And if they bring out Groudon too, like that is only gonna decrease the longevity of Charizard due to the solar power. And so we are gonna see the max. I do expect it to be that Charizard. It could be either because of the fact that it's going before. We do see the luxury ball, so that suggests shiny Charizard. Yeah, we are going to see that big G-Max Charizard come out. So yeah, trying to hit into Chansey. There is no Sun though, so Charizard is going to do significantly less damage here. We do though, like I said, need to max the Xerneas to hope that we can survive a hit from this Calyrex. I think if that's the case, right, we can soft boiled up through the max turns of Charizard, and then after that we can just slam the A button for Seismic Toss into the slot that is not Xerneas. I mean, not Calyrex. But yeah, this is my only hope of living. We're gonna see the Astral Barrage not affecting Chansey. Question is probably not living. Okay, so we take that, and not only do we take that, we take it at over 50%, which is really annoying, because that means that we could have gone for a Geomancy, which is frustrating to say the least, because I really would have liked a Geomancy. We're going to hopefully bring Calyrex down to Sash. Perfect. And so what I think we want to actually do here is I want to max guard the Xerneas and go for a stored power to get rid of this Calyrex, because I think that is going to be more beneficial, as we're going to get the second minimize off, right? And so I think if we can get rid of yeah, let's try and get rid of the Calyrex. So I'm going to go for a stored power here, as well as just go for a max guard, trying to make it so we can survive some hits and hopefully like make it a little bit easier, right? If we can get rid of what's it called, Calyrex, that means we do have the ability to go for Seismic Toss. We still also have to recover on Chansey at some point, but I think that this is fine, right? We're gonna go for damage. It looks like there's no switch, which is huge, right? Which means that we should be able to knock out what's it called? This Xerneas. We're gonna perfect, and even better, see the Wildfire come out into the Xerneas, right? Trying to pick up the knockout that way. As the Sword Power going to come out here, really coming in clutch, getting rid of this Calyrex, and just making it so we now have the ability to slam a Seismic Toss wherever we want. I do, though, want to try and set up one more, what's it called? I do want to try and recover off just in case the Charizard goes for an attack this last turn. Right, we very well could see a Groudon come out here, as we are going to see the Groudon, so that really is scary, right? You're going to boost up your damage, most likely going for the Wildfire into the Xerneas. And so I want to, I'm going to go for a Soft Boiled, because that way we can get through your turns of max. I want to go for a Starfall into this Groudon. We were going to see a Wildfire. The question, though, is where is it going? If it goes into I think it makes more sense to go into Chansey, right? You do need that damage guaranteed. Whereas Xerneas, right, it doesn't have a Geomancy boost. It's not doing too much. And so, like I said, I'm hoping to get that off. If that's the case, right, we can stall out. We can just recover through all turns of, what's it called? All of the turns of the Wildfire, and then just start spamming Seismic Toss into the non-Charizard slot, right? It's going to be Groudon or Incineroar. We're going to see the Incin actually pop back in. So I think that's smart here. Like I said, I'm really hoping to see the Wildfire go into Chansey so we can recover it right off. But it also makes more sense, right, to eliminate it, to go for that 1v4 or 1v3, as it is going to go smartly into the Xerneas, right? So a little bit unfortunate here, right? We're gonna just be back into the spot where we don't really, I mean, okay, so I think that the plan right now is get up a final minimize, and then, do we want to minimize? I'm fine to minimize, yeah. Incin's not going to do much damage here. Charizard's not going to do much damage here. So I want to minimize again. I want to then just stall through the Wildfire, and then I want to just start Seismic Tossing into the spot that's Incin. I'm not super worried about Charizard. So I'm going to go for a minimize here, right? And then with one more minimize, we want to stall through their Wildfire turns and then just spam Seismic Toss. Once again, not the most exciting battle. I really wanted to avoid this happening. I say fully knowing that I could have picked other Pokemon and choosing to go with this strategy. It works well, and that's why I like it. So yeah, I think my opponent now is going to start playing towards timer because it is a 3v1. It has been about 10 minutes into this battle. So definitely like a legitimate solution at this point. So the question now is, how much time do they have remaining? Is it enough to fully bring us down? We're going to see the fake out. It is going to miss. That's perfect. Blast Burn from the Charizard. We should take this. Okay, we take this very well. And so at this point, right, I want to go for another soft boiled just to get a little bit of recovery. And then I think it's fine to spam Seismic Toss, right? Because that'll finish off most of the turns of Wildfire. And that Charizard going for Blast Burn is scary, but that's how much damage it did, right? And that's with the sun up. Charizard is going to take a big more chunk of its HP, right? Going for another turn of that solar power. And so now we can start spamming into this slot with Seismic Toss. I think that should be fine. And then whenever they hit us with Blast Burn, right, we have a guaranteed turn of recovery. And that turn of recovery, I think, is going to be huge, right? You cannot get off 2 successive Blast Burns, and we saw that is going to be your main source of damage. I'm guessing there's Ancient Power as the last slot. So potentially a fear is if they go for Ancient Power, get enough boost. But yeah, we are seeing the timer come out here. So we're gonna relax. We're gonna see the recharge, right? The Darkest Lariat. Darkest Lariat, a little scary, right? Ignoring all of my evasion boosts, but doing really not that much damage. I do want to get off one more soft boil just to finish off the Wildfire. I think once the Wildfire recoil is gone, right, we can spam Seismic Toss. I do want to check how much time they have left, because we should be about at the 10-minute mark, and so that's going to play a really big role. They have, okay, so they have plenty of time. Oh no, they have 2:49. So I don't know if they can actually stall us out. I do though want to at least get through the sun turns, and then just start spamming into probably I'm trying to think of what is scarier, the Charizard or the Incin. The Ensign slot, right, like not really doing anything. And more importantly, there's no protect on the Ensign. So I can kind of pretty aggressively target down into that slot with Seismic Toss. I do want to, though, at least get back up into a healthy range, because we do have to worry, right, about a potential blast burn this turn. And so, right, being able to really deal with that effectively, I think is going to be important. But yeah, we're seeing my opponent really using their time. I don't think that they'll be able to make it to time. There's still, I think, about 10 minutes left. They're going to hit the second blast burn, though. So really putting us in a scary range, as Darkest Lariat also, right, ignoring accuracy boost or evasion boost, going to come out, going to put Chansey super low. That's why I'm really glad we went for the soft boil this turn. We would have actually been fine either way, but you know, it's good to be safe. Charizard taking that solar power this turn. This is the last turn of Wildfire, I believe. So I just want to get back to full. And then more importantly, right, we're going to get rid of the sun this turn. And so that means Charizard's Blast Burn is going to do significantly less damage, because there is no sun and there is, so there is no solar power and there is no fire boost to the damage. And from that point on, like, then I think we're comfortable to start going for Seismic Toss, because it's like that guaranteed damage, which is a little tricky. The also question is, how much PP do you have on Blast Burn, right? You went for 2 turns of Wildfire. You've gone for 2 Blast Burns already. So if you're not maxed out, we will have stalled out your greatest source of damage. But I think right after this turn, I do want to go for the Seismic Toss. It just is the right time now. But we are, yeah, so the battle started at 12 minutes, plus about a minute for the timer. So that brings us up to 13 on the clock. So it's been about 13 minutes so far. So yeah, we should really now start slamming the attack button. I'm going to try and KO the Charizard because of the fact that it is so much lower, and we do need 2 knockouts. So I think, yeah, I think we want to start going for a Seismic Toss into that Charizard, right? My opponent also does have a minute and a half left. And so the question now is, are they going to do the strategy of wait till there's a minute left and then slam the A button as fast as you can? Which is a very legitimate strategy. We could see a switch out into Groudon, but I think right at this point, we can just very easily slam A into whatever they're doing. They're running out of time, so they also don't have that luxury of just like staying in, but this match is actually ticking down a fair bit. And so it's not actually a guaranteed win. I do need, we're gonna see the Blast Burn miss, perfect. Yeah, so I don't actually know if we're going to be able to take this, just given the fact that there is so little time left. We're going to be able to hit the Seismic Toss onto the Charizard, which I love, right? There is, I'm going to go for the Ensign, right? Expecting a potential Protect from the Charizard, saying, hey, I'm going to try and stall you out a little bit. I think it's actually fine just to spam into the Ensign slot. Yeah, we're going to see perfect the Protect come out here. So being able to read that very, very easily. We're going to see the Darkest Lariat. Darkest Lariat, I think, is absolutely fine. It's doing no damage at all. But now, right, we made the right choice of going for the Seismic Toss into this Incineroar. And now I think we want to go for the Seismic Toss into the Charizard. If we can get the knockout right, we should be able to KO the Ensign pretty quickly. Especially because my opponent is running out of time, as are we. We're going to see the Hurricane actually connect. So not what I expected at all, right? This is a 70 accuracy move hitting into us, as we will hopefully be able to knock out this Charizard from this range. That's kind of my plan, that it goes down this turn. Perfect, right? And so now it's going to be Groudon. I want to try and go for a recover here, or not a recovered, a soft-boiled, just to get a little bit higher up in HP. We don't even need that. In all honesty, I'm just going to target down the Ensign. I think it's fine to go for a Seismic Toss onto this Incineroar. Yeah, my opponent has 26 seconds left, so it's very possible that they're going to just run out of time. Chansey is going to avoid. We are going to see the Flare Blitz. It is going to be avoided as well. I don't think that this is necessarily over, right? They still have a very large amount of damage threatening. It is going to be a 5-hit KO onto that Incineroar. And yeah, so we still have 3 more turns of Seismic Toss. Potentially another one, depending on if they have, depending on if they have a Citrus Berry. So something else to consider. Seismic Toss going to come out here. It looks like no citrus berry, so we want to just spam here. But yeah, we're really getting close on time, both for the overall match time as well as okay, that is scary. Sword Stance is not good. We're gonna see the Darkest Lariat. It is gonna connect here. We're still in good range. We do need just one more Seismic Toss. I don't. Okay, there's no timer. Oh my God, instant at 201. I'm gonna go for a soft boiled here, just to try and survive a little bit longer. The Precipice Blade's going to miss, right? I just want to make it so if we get hit by a Precipice Blades, right, we can survive it very comfortably and then just go for stall, right? At this point, I don't think you have enough time left to successfully get off multiple Sword Stances. And so we can go, nope, not enough soft boiled. We have plenty of time. We can go for the Seismic Toss onto the Ensign that is currently at 1 HP. As we're going to see the Precipice Blades, it is going to connect onto Chansey. Okay, so we take that very, very well. We can take another one. And so I think what we do at this point is we just spam soft boiled, right? We can say, hey, you're going to, if you go for another Precipice Blades, barring a crit, we're fine. And then, yeah, we can just recover off all the damage. There's also so few seconds left on my opponent's clock, right? They should only have like one more turn going for them. They might actually be out of time already. It looks like they have 1 second left. So this is the last turn of the game, and they need a crit to win. And it looks like they're going to miss it. So we are going to be able to fire off a soft boiled and get back into this. Definitely not the ideal sort of scenario, right? No one likes to see that. But yeah, we were luckily able to pull this one off. So huge shout out to Chansey for pulling off the 4v1 comeback. We love to see that. And you know what? Let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Zacian Kyogre. It is Rillaboom, Zacian, Incineroar, Amoonguss, Kyogre, and Grimmsnarl. So this really suggests to me that you are words. Life Orb Kyogre. This looks very much like Sohaib's team and Izzy's team. So the issue is we don't actually have a good way to deal with Zacian. That's not Chansey. That being said, we can bring Liepard. I think Liepard, Meowstic is a fine lead. It's very, very passive, but that's not necessarily the end of the world. Let's bring Egg for Ogre, and then let's bring Necrozma. We haven't used Necrozma yet, and I think I want to use Necrozma. So the issue right now is Amoonguss. As we saw from my Little Root Lessons match, Amoonguss is definitely a pain for this team to deal with, as is like every sort of Pokemon. Nothing is really an easy match for this team. It's very badly designed. I wanted to have fun. I'm having fun. And let's see. We're going to see Amoonguss Zacian. So Amoonguss Zacian is scary. Amoonguss Zacian, what happens here? We can go for a Reflect and a Burning Jealousy, right? We can go for a Thunder Wave and a Burning Jealousy. I kind of like that. I'm going to go for the Burning Jealousy. I don't expect to get it, but it would be really nice. And I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for a Reflect. So here's the thing. Right? If Amoonguss spores into the Meowstic... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, if Amoonguss spores into the Meowstic, we can go for a Copycat to copy that spore, right? And at this point, the Zacian is not going to obviously want to go for... what's it called? It's gonna, whatever. We're gonna go for that anyway. I'm gonna go for a Thunder Wave into the Amoonguss. Just trying to potentially get some paralysis to stop it going for spores. We could just very well see it go for an attack, as yeah, we're gonna see the spore coming out, which is fine. It's not really fine. It is just the way it is. We should see the blade come out. Question is, where is it going? Is it going into Life? It probably is going into Liepard. Yeah, so Liepard gonna go down to the Sash here. We will be able to get off a Burning Jealousy. I'm hoping that that's going to be enough where we can bring out, that's a good amount of chip. I'm not going to lie. Oh, because of the crit. We're going to see a foul play come out probably into the live part as well. So, okay, so what I'm thinking now is, did we do enough damage to this Amoonguss where a max steel spike will get the KO? That's sort of my only plan right now, is to go for a steel spike, knock out this Amoonguss. Yeah, we go for the steel spike onto the Amoonguss, and we go for a paralysis onto the Zacian, and just try and hope that this is enough. It's probably not going to be. We could see, okay, so we're gonna see it stay in. Yeah, so we're playing the paralysis game, which is a fun game to play. But yeah, if we can get Necrozma to connect, we need to KO this Amoonguss is what it comes down to. We can now just try and paralyze things, go for quick boosts if we need them, and just try and survive a bunch of stuff. Okay, perfect. Zacian is gonna go for protect here. That's awesome. I just need to get rid of this Amoonguss. Some of you are saying, wow, wouldn't it have been really great if you had Sucker Punch right now? To which I would say, you're very right. So the question is, do we survive, or do we knock it out? Big connect. That's huge. Because now what we can do is we can go for Quakes onto the Zacian, right? We should probably see an Ensign coming out from the back, which is never no bueno. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah, we are going to see the Ensign come out. And so my objective right now is to get rid of their Zacian, because we're going to have Kyogre lose that 1v1 versus Chansey. So actually, I'm going to just go for a Quake real quick onto the Zacian, and then go for a Thunder Wave as well. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go for the Thunder Wave. We're saying, hey, we're gonna just put on a lot of pressure. We do have a Reflect going for us right now, right? Like, so we should be able to take some hits. Obviously, if you want to go for, okay, we're gonna see an Instant Max. Instant Max is really good because we have the Reflect up, and also because it means that you're going for something super effective into either my Liepard or into my, I mean, not into my Liepard, my Meowstic, or into my, it also means you're not going for Fake Out, right? So not going for Fake Out is huge. As we will be able to fire off a Thunder Wave onto the Zacian, which is really good for us, right? And so what I'm hoping for now is a potential Darkness into, I mean, you're not going to Darkness into my Necrozma, right? You're not going to pull that off. We're going to see the Zacian still faster, unfortunate, but hoping with the not very effective and the Reflect, we take it well. So yeah, we take that very, very well. Shout out to Necrozma for being an absolute unit. Darkness probably into the Meowstic. Yep, into the Meowstic, not trying to trigger that Focus Sash. I mean, not Focus Sash, Weakness Policy. So that's going to be fine with me, right? We're going to get a Quake boost off. It is going to unfortunately be only at -1, but hoping it still does a really good chip into the Zacian as perfect. It is going to get that knockout. And so at this point, I think the goal is going to be just firing off a Quake and then getting Chansey super, super bulky. And making it so we can take hits that way. Yeah, I think, right, you're going to bring out Kyogre here. I'm going to bring out Egg. We don't like to see Egg just doing Egg things, but sometimes we just have to do Egg things. And so, okay, so we're going to see the Kyogre come out. We have to go for a Quake here. I'm going to go for the Quake into you. I'm going to set up a Light Screen. Just because I think that Light Screen is going to be important here. Yeah, Light Screen is going to be able to really help us out. We are going to see the Protect, perfect, right? So you're probably just trying to take out my Meowstic, going for another Darkness, but the Light Screen really going to be able to absorb some of this damage. And also if we can get a T-Wave off onto, what's it called? Onto this Kyogre, we should be in really good shape. Meowstic going to hang on here, so that's actually a very, very clutch survival for us. Yeah, I probably want to go for, I don't know if I want to go for a Trick Room. The Trick Room is an option for sure. I think what I actually want to do is I want to be annoying, and I'm going to switch out Necrozma into my Chansey and Scale Swap Prankster onto it, and hope that we can survive the hit long enough to just be a pain, because that's kind of what we want to do. So I'm going to swap into Chansey. I'm going to go for a skill swap here. That's going to give me a free switch in back into my Necrozma. And then I think from there, right, we can set up a Trick Room if we need to. We can kind of force them to go for, what's it called, a knockout onto my, onto my Meowstic. And that should really put us in a strong position to finish things off. So we're going to see the Water Spout. It should do a really big chunk into this Chansey, unfortunately. Actually not, because of the light screen. We take that very, 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 very well. So what I probably want to do, okay, yeah, it is confirmed to be Life Orb Ogre. We are Light Clay, and so we are going to take that special defense drop, which is not ideal, but we can go for a, what's it called? We can keep going for Soft Boiled until they are out of the rain, and then we can try and go for damage that way. Yeah, the Soft Boiled going first is huge here. We do want to at least try and get this Kyogre a little bit lower, because every little bit matters, right? And so we're going to click Soft Boiled here, and then we're just going to go for a Protect, just trying to survive a little bit longer. We will take obviously more from this incoming attack, right? Because of the fact that we saw that it is Life Orb, and we do have that special defense drop. So no Protects from my opponent makes sense. We can, like I said, just keep soft boiling. More importantly, we can make it so we can keep the damage spread, right, using Necrozma there. And so I think what's going to happen is we're going to just keep going for soft boileds, stalling out as much of that rain as possible, right? Like you've already taken a really big chunk. The Darkest Lariat, nice, going into the Necrozma. We can now go for a soft boiled here, and then I'm going to try to set up the Trick Room. I don't expect to get it, but I think it's our best bet, right? I could play the double Protect game, but I don't think it's necessary to go for luck. LOL Chansey. So yeah, we're gonna see the Water Spout come out. The question, right, is now how much is it gonna do into Necrozma? Necrozma does take that well, to the point where I actually think we could survive a Darkest Lariat. I hope we do, because that'll trigger my weakness policy into the Necrozma, right? Okay, so that is perfect. I want to fire off my policy. And so now the question, right, is do I go for an Earthquake and go for a Minimize? I think, okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to actually Seismic Toss into this Kyogre. Yeah, okay, so I want to Seismic Toss into the Kyogre and go for a Protect here, just because I want to, actually, do I want to Seismic Toss? I'm going to actually Minimize. I'm going to go for a Minimize into Chansey, and I'm going to go for a Protect with the Necrozma, and then I'm going to go for an Earthquake after going for a second Minimize, with the hope that we can survive our own attack, which, you know, would be really nice. As we're going to see perfect the Kyogre, going to go for the Protect here, just trying to, I'm guess, dodging some of our hits, as we will get that priority Minimize off. But we really haven't used Necrozma, so I'm hoping to kind of have that chance. And so now we can go for perfect. There is no rain as well. So I'm going to go for a second Minimize, as well as just go for the Earthquake here, right? Just trying to get as much damage as possible. I know that we're attacking into our own egg, but like I said, we're at +4 evasion. So this is a very important turn for a lot of reasons. Perfect. We are going to avoid Chansey. We're going to see no Shuka on the Incin, and so we're going to be able to take care of that Kyogre and also bring Incin right down to the red, to the point where we should be able to finish it off with one more Seismic Toss. So luckily we did get to use Necrozma, right? Like I felt like we never really brought it. We kind of brought Xerneas just because we wanted to meme. But at this point, right, we are going to have more than enough firepower to fire off one last Seismic Toss into this Incineroar to take it home. And it looks like, unfortunately, we're going to see a Rage Quit. So what a great way to end. We will be playing some other teams, so look forward to that. But yeah, with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.